wait till you take that.
Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me.
Could I have your attention, please? Could I have everyone's attention, please, for just a few moments here? It's my pleasure as mayor to introduce two special guests that we have with us this evening, Congressman Larry Bucshon and congressional candidate Dave Crooks. If you haven't figured it out yet, it is an election year and we get to exercise our American right to vote again in November. And one of the races is our congressional race for here in southwestern Indiana. We've asked each one of the candidates to speak to you for 5 or 10 minutes this evening. So we're real glad that both of them are here. And I'm real honored to get to introduce both of them. I've known both of them for many years. Congressman Bucshon is finishing his first term as our congressman. Larry was born in Kincaid, Illinois, and attended the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, medical school at the University of Illinois at Chicago, and did his residency at the Medical College of Wisconsin. He served 10 years in the U.S. Navy Reserves, and prior to being elected to Congress, he spent his life as a heart surgeon. He served as president of the Ohio Valley Heart Care Group and as chief of thoracic surgery and medical director of the Open Heart Unit Intensive Care Unit at St. Mary's. Yes. Larry serves on the Education and Workforce Committee, the Transportation and Infrastructure, and the Science, Space, and Technology Committees in Congress. Larry and his wife, Catherine, have 4 children. Please welcome Congressman Larry Bucshon.
Sure. Well, it's great to be here. Thank you, Mayor. And as he said, I'm Congressman Larry Bucshon. It's been an honor and privilege to represent you in Congress for this term. And of course, it is an election year. I'm running for re-election, and I would appreciate your support in the fall. This has been a tough time for America. And in Congress, as a physician I'll wait till the motorcycle goes by. Well, first of all, let me tell you why I ran for Congress. I was a heart surgeon, and I ran for Congress because I really felt we needed more private sector people, not people who had been in politics their entire career, to run for office, because that's what the founding fathers wanted. Have people come from the private sector, represent your district, and then go back home and go back to their regular job. And that's what I intend to do. And being in Congress as a physician, obviously the big issues going forward have been the future of health care. You know, having taken care of hundreds of Medicare patients over the course of my career, obviously it's very important that we are able to sustain this critical program for current seniors as well as seniors going forward. And we do know there's some challenges there, but I know that we can meet them in a way that keeps the promises we've made to our current seniors, as well as preserve the program for people like me and my children and grandchildren. Also, you know, the future of healthcare as it relates to job creation. When I talk to people out there, businesses, about why we're having a difficulty getting people back to work, there are a number of issues, but one of those is the uncertainty in healthcare. And I think over the next couple of years, we're going to resolve that one way or the other. In my view, we need to go in a direction that involves the private sector and not in a direction that involves more of federal government involvement in our healthcare system. Also, what I'm hearing out there is, especially in this area with the EPA, and the EPA's really war on the coal industry. This district, as you may or may not know, in this area, has every coal mine in the state of Indiana, and our economy depends on that for low-cost energy generation. So if we have issues related to the coal industry, not only will it cost us jobs, directly and indirectly, but our energy costs are going to go up. And obviously, when you have that happen, it costs everybody more money, and it drives jobs from Indiana, so I'm pushing back on that. The other thing I hear is, Congressman, we have to get this federal spending under control. We can't continue to spend money we don't have. You may know that we borrow 40 cents of every dollar that we spend. So today, the federal government spends $12 billion. We borrowed $4 billion, ballpark. We're borrowing 40 cents on every dollar. You can't run a business that way. You can't run a household that way. and you can't run a country that way. So we're fighting back when it comes to that. Finally, you know, I think we will meet these challenges. Every time America meets a challenge throughout our history, we step up to the plate. The American people are resilient. The American people are the hardest workers in the world. The American people will have the resolve to get us through this financial crisis. I truly believe that. So again, it's been an honor and a privilege to represent you since the last election. I am running for re-election. I'd appreciate your support, and I think that this area and people, and Hoosiers, are setting an example for the rest of the country about how to manage our finances and how to create jobs. And I'm trying to spread that word in Washington, D.C. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. Our other distinguished guest